Hi, Dr. Vicki Peterson here. My personal story is that I'm gluten sensitive, so is my husband, and so are my 3 children. And we've known about this for a very long time, but recently there's definitely been a lot of discussion about, is gluten a fad? Is gluten something that's real? Is it just because there's glyphosate, there's GMO wheat, and is that the whole cause? I don't know. We'll certainly find out whether the different types of wheat, what we've created hard wheat, many decades ago, which was wheat that survived the cold climates better, and that was called hard wheat, and apparently the gluten aspect or percentage in the wheat was higher, so some people feel like that's pro-inflammatory, and that's the cause. There can be a lot of different causes, but the thing I want to focus on is what's happening today with your body, and is gluten an aggravator or not? Because that's why I'm here, is to get you well. And whether in the course of that journey of optimizing your immune system and your gut, we find out that, wow, you really are not gluten sensitive, or you really seem to be reacting, but now that we got that gut really healthy, you don't, and we find that on blood and it's verified. Make me happy, and I'm sure it would make you happy, and that's fine, but it's silly to just fight it. And I find people really exaggerating. It's like, oh, you go there and they take everybody off gluten, or as if we weren't doing lab tests, or other doctors. I'm not just using myself as an example, but in the field of functional medicine, it's like, oh, they hate gluten. Like, we have nothing against gluten. Well, we're definitely not thrilled with when it's damaging your health, and I think you'd agree. So it's just something that's looked for, and if it's a problem, then we'll deal with it. If it's not, great. But if you're not enjoying good health, then there's another problem. And certainly it's rarely one thing. It's usually a few different things that are creating somebody's ill health. But it's very real that people react to gluten, not just those with celiac disease. There's wheat allergies, which are not particularly common. Recent research on gluten sensitivity had the incidence anywhere from 3 to 6 to 12%. There's a wide range in there. Other research has had it up to 30%. It's definitely an area that's a field that's being looked at, and more research is being done. And realize it's in the field of the gut, and there's a lot going on in your intestines, and a lot of things are influencing your intestines. I recently did a video that looked at a study late 2017 where they were looking at the microbiome, the health of the good bacteria in the gut, and how when you don't have enough of the good bacteria, you're more likely to have a leaky gut and maybe more likely to react to gluten. And this is something Dr. Alessio Fasano said over a decade ago, if not more, that you needed to eat gluten, you needed to have the genes. He was talking about celiac in this particular case, but you also needed to have an unhealthy gut, and that was his answer to why we were seeing more celiac disease than we had in the past, when wheat has been around obviously for a very long time. So we've known for a very long time that it is the health of the intestine, and that's what's sort of tripping us up and compromising our health in a lot of different ways. You can put gluten completely aside and just talk about autoimmune disease and the dramatic rise of autoimmune disease associated with leaky gut. So the various chemicals coming our way. So what we need to do is figure out if gluten is an issue or not, and then if it is, you just have to get it out of your diet while doing the rest of the steps that you need to do to truly optimize your health. Because I've been working with this for over 25 years now, I can't believe it. And the miracles we've seen with people who are truly gluten sensitive are phenomenal. It's amazing. And you try to tell that person it's not really gluten, and I think they'll have some stern words for you, because they've proven it over and over and over again. So it is real, and I think as we continue to learn more about it, hopefully we'll have some ways where we can easily and readily optimize our gut health and maybe tolerate gluten, but only time will tell. But in the meantime, don't feel bad if you're gluten-free. If people are saying, oh, it's just a fad. Oh, did you fall for that fad of not eating gluten? It is far from being a fad. And you know, you don't need to answer to it or prove to anybody, because that's what I'm finding is people are starting to sort of hang their heads a little bit about the fact they can't eat gluten because they're being given a bit of a hard time with, you know, from friends and family. It's like, you know, like, oh, you like the color blue just because blue's in this month? You know, this is not a fashion statement. This is your health. This is your body. You've only got one. So don't stand strong. Don't be intimidated by the words of others and, you know, the titles of articles in magazines that say deprecating things about people who are sort of on the bandwagon of gluten-free. You know it's real, and if you don't yet know and you need help, we're more than happy to help, meaning we can do some testing and really find out if gluten is a problem for you. And it's important to know, because if you're an American, really many places in the world, gluten is very pervasive. So if it's not good for you, you deserve to know. So if your health is not the way you want it to be, whether because of gluten or something else, please reach out. That's why we're here. I can offer you a free phone consultation or an in-person consultation. So just give me a call at the clinic, 408-733-0400. I'll see you soon.